A single house in California just made its owner a $300,000 profit in 12 months. That sounds absurd considering everyone complains about how messed up the California market is. But did you know that there are 12 cities quietly minting millionaires? Not San Francisco, not Los Angeles, not the places your realtor wants you to overpay for. Hidden cities where the value of your house could double overnight, where tech money flows but housing prices don't require you to break the bank. This is the countdown of the top 12 best cities to buy a home in California for 2025. And first, 12, Sacramento. Sacramento, the city that everyone forgets is California's actual capital, and that's exactly why it's about to make early investors very, very wealthy. Median home price, $555,000. Annual appreciation, 5.4%. Economy, government, healthcare, tech spillover. Bay Area comparison, 50% less expensive. Wait, hold on, did I just say $555,000 in California in 2025? And people are actually getting houses, not storage units converted into luxury micro lofts. Sacramento is showing that you can have a real economy without requiring residents to live in their cars. The government sector provides recession-proof employment that doesn't disappear when the next tech bubble pops. Healthcare is booming because, surprise, people still get sick even during economic downturns. And now, tech companies fleeing the Bay Area's insanity are discovering that Sacramento exists, has fiber internet, and won't charge them $50 per square foot for office space. The rental market is golden. All those people who got priced out of the Bay Area but still work there remotely, they're renting in Sacramento and living like actual human beings. But here's Sacramento's secret weapon. It's boring. Boring is profitable. Boring doesn't have speculative bubbles. Boring doesn't have tech bros bidding $200,000 over the asking price because they got lucky with cryptocurrency. Still, if you think government stability is impressive, wait until you see what happens when agriculture meets strategic geography. 11. Fresno. Fresno sits perfectly between San Francisco and Los Angeles, like that friend who's nobody's best friend and somehow ends up being everyone's favorite. Median home price, $400,000. Annual appreciation, 3.9%. Population growth, 12,000 plus new residents since 2020. Strategic location, Central California hub. While coastal cities are playing musical chairs with million-dollar shoeboxes, Fresno is building wealth for people who understand basic mathematics. The population growth tells the whole story. 12,000 new residents since 2020. These aren't tourists or Instagram influencers looking for the perfect sunset shot. These are families, professionals, and investors who did the math and realized that living in Fresno beats living in a tent in San Francisco. The agriculture sector isn't going anywhere. People need food. Even tech bros need food, especially when they're stress eating because their startup just burned through $50 million. Healthcare jobs are exploding because someone needs to treat all the stress-related illnesses from people trying to afford Bay Area housing prices. And here's the Fresno factor that nobody talks about. It's the distribution hub for all of California. Every Amazon package, every food shipment, every essential item that keeps the state running passes through this region. That's not going away, ever. Young professionals are also choosing Fresno over coastal cities because they'd rather have money left over after paying rent to live their lives. But if strategic positioning doesn't impress you, our next city is about to show you what happens when affordability meets outdoor paradise. 10. Visalia. Visalia, the gateway to Sequoia National Park, where your mortgage payment is less than what some people spend monthly on Starbucks. Median home price, $370,000. Annual appreciation, 4%. Wallet Hub ranking, number 114 for affordability. Proximity, 36 miles to Sequoia National Park. Wait, what? $370,000 in California? Are we sure this isn't somewhere in Kansas that someone accidentally labeled as California? Nope. This is real California with real giant sequoias and real families who can afford to live here. The schools are excellent, which means families move here and stay here. When families plant roots, property values follow like gravity. It's basic economics that somehow every other California city forgot while chasing tech money. The retail sector is growing because people who aren't spending 80% of their income on housing have money to spend on other things. Revolutionary concept, right? Additionally, you're 36 miles from some of the most spectacular scenery on planet Earth. Your backyard is basically a national park. The quality of life metrics metrics are off the charts. Low crime, clean air, most of the time, and neighbors who know each other's names because they're not constantly moving. Investment properties here rent to people who work remotely for Bay Area companies. It's the great arbitrage opportunity of our time. But if small town charm with big city opportunities appeals to you, our next city took the energy sector playbook and rewrote it for the modern economy. 9. Bakersfield. Bakersfield, a city that built its foundation on oil and agriculture, then figured out how to diversify without losing its blue-collar soul. Median home price, $380,000. Annual appreciation, 5%. Economic base, energy, agriculture, logistics. Cost of living, 15% below the state average. Let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, Bakersfield has an image problem. It's not trendy, it doesn't have craft coffee shops on every corner, and Instagram influencers don't flock here for content. And that's exactly why it's making money for smart investors. While trendy cities are busy being trendy, Bakersfield is busy being profitable. The energy sector provides high-paying jobs that don't disappear when venture capitalists get nervous. Agriculture feeds the state and the world. Logistics keeps goods moving. These are real jobs that produce real value, not apps that help you find the perfect artisanal pickle. The housing market is refreshingly sane. $380,000 gets you a real house, not a converted garage that some landlord is calling a studio apartment with character. The appreciation rate of 5% is steady, sustainable, and based on actual economic fundamentals. While tech workers are getting laid off, electricians, mechanics, farmers, and energy workers keep showing up, doing essential work and paying rent on time. The rental market caters to working families who value space, affordability, and communities where kids can actually play outside. These aren't transient tech workers who move every 2 years chasing stock options. These are roots down, long-term residents who stabilize neighborhoods and property values. The infrastructure investments are significant. New roads, expanded utilities, improved public facilities. It's a city investing in its future, not just trying to manage its Instagram image. But if blue-collar stability doesn't sound appealing, wait until you see what happens when technology meets the desert. 8. Lancaster. Median home price, $420,000. Annual appreciation, 6%. Wallet Hub ranking, number 35 for mid-sized city affordability. Industry, aerospace, renewable energy, manufacturing. 6% appreciation in the aerospace corridor. While the rest of Southern California is having an affordability crisis, Lancaster is building rockets and building wealth. The aerospace sector isn't going anywhere. SpaceX, Northrop Grumman, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, they're all here and they're all hiring. These aren't gig economy jobs. These are career-level positions with benefits, retirement plans, and the kind of income stability that makes mortgage underwriters smile. However, here's where Lancaster gets really interesting. Renewable energy. While other cities are still debating climate change, Lancaster is already generating its power with wind and solar. The high desert conditions are perfect for both technologies, and the infrastructure investments are massive. The housing market dynamics are perfect for investors. Aerospace professionals need quality housing, and they can afford to pay quality rent. First, new development projects are everywhere. Planned communities, shopping centers, and recreational facilities. Lancaster is building itself into a legitimate city, not just a place where people sleep between commutes to Los Angeles. And speaking of Los Angeles, you're close enough to access the broader job market, but far enough away to avoid the traffic, crime, and housing insanity. It's the best of both worlds for people smart enough to do the geography math. The desert climate might not be for everyone, but for investors, it's perfect. Low humidity means less maintenance. Consistent weather patterns mean fewer insurance claims. Clear skies mean better solar energy production and lower utility costs. But if aerospace innovation seems too sophisticated, our next city is about to show you what happens when small town values meet big city opportunities. 7. Clovis. Median home price, $450,000. Annual appreciation, 5.5%. First-time buyer ranking, number 34 nationally. Crime rate, 60% below state average. School ratings, excellent across all levels. Wait, what? A California city with excellent schools, low crime, and housing prices that don't require selling a kidney? Are we sure this is still California and not some alternate universe? This is real, and it's spectacular. The schools are legitimately excellent, not just excellent for California. We're talking about education quality that rivals the best suburban districts in America. The crime statistics are almost embarrassing compared to other California cities. While Los Angeles debates whether shoplifting should be legalized, residents in Clovis are leaving their doors unlocked and their cars in driveways overnight. For families, this is paradise. Kids can walk to school, ride bikes in neighborhoods, and play outside until dark without parents having panic attacks. Remember when childhood looked like that? Clovis remembers. The rental market is golden for investors. Families pay premium rents to live in premium communities, and they stay long-term because moving their kids out of these schools would be educational malpractice. The proximity to Fresno means access to jobs, culture, and urban amenities, but coming home to Clovis means peace, quiet, and property values that appreciate steadily without the volatile swings of speculative markets. Clovis has figured out how to grow without losing its character. New developments maintain the small town feel while providing modern amenities. It's progress without chaos, growth without gentrification. The outdoor recreation access is incredible. Sierra Nevada mountains, national parks, lakes, and hiking trails are all within easy reach. Your weekend entertainment budget goes to experiences, not overpriced cocktails and trendy bars. But if family-friendly excellence doesn't appeal to you, wait until you see what happens when suburban planning meets economic opportunity. Number 6. Roseville. Median home price, $600,000. Annual appreciation, 6%. First-time buyer ranking, number 18 nationally. Employment, healthcare, retail, government. Sacramento proximity, 30 minutes. Roseville cracked the code on suburban perfection. Master plan communities with actual planning. Parks that families actually use. Shopping centers that aren't depressing dystopian hellscapes. It's like someone took the American dream and made it affordable in California. The job market diversity is crucial. Healthcare doesn't outsource to India, retail adapts, but doesn't disappear. Government jobs provide stability that private sector workers forgot existed. When one sector hiccups, the others keep the economy stable. The schools are top rated, which means families compete to move here, which means demand for housing stays consistently high, which means your investment appreciates whether you're paying attention or not. But here's the Roseville investment advantage. You're 30 minutes from Sacramento's job market, but living in communities that Sacramento can't replicate. You get the employment opportunities without the urban complications. The retail sector is thriving because residents actually have disposable income after paying their housing costs. Revolutionary economic concept. When people aren't broke, they spend money on goods and services. New construction is everywhere, but it's thoughtful construction. Developers who understand that building communities requires more than just cramming houses together and hoping for the best. The demographic profile is investor gold. Young families that are establishing roots, professionals who are building careers, and empty nesters who have chosen Roseville for retirement. It's a full life cycle community where someone is always buying, selling, or upgrading. But now that we've made it to our top 5, pay close attention because you might just see a golden opportunity reveal itself. Let's begin with a city that combines diversity with suburban stability. Number 5, Elk Grove. Elk Grove, the most diverse suburb in California, where cultural richness meets financial opportunity in ways that make sociologists and investors equally excited. Median home price, $580,000. Annual appreciation, 5.8%. Diversity index, highest in California suburbs. Sacramento access, direct employment pipeline. Population growth, 15% since 2010. Diversity isn't just a social good, it's an economic advantage. Diverse communities are more resilient, innovative, and stable than homogeneous ones. When one cultural or economic group faces challenges, others step up. It's risk diversification at the community level. And the population growth of 15% since 2010 tells you everything you need to know about desirability. People aren't just moving here, they're staying here, building lives here, and investing in community infrastructure. The Sacramento employment pipeline is perfect for residents. You can access state government jobs, healthcare positions, and the growing tech sector without paying Sacramento housing prices or dealing with Sacramento urban issues. The school quality attracts families from across the region. Parents research districts, compare test scores, and choose Elk Grove because they want their kids to have opportunities. When parents make data-driven decisions about education, property values follow predictably upward. In Elk Grove, demand for rent consistently exceeds supply. high. Families who can't afford to buy immediately rent while they save for down payments. Young professionals rent while establishing their careers. The suburban amenities are legitimate. Parks, recreation centers, shopping, dining, and entertainment options that don't require driving to Sacramento or San Francisco. Residents can live full lives within their community, which builds long-term loyalty and stability. The infrastructure is modern and well-maintained. Roads that don't destroy your car, utilities that work consistently, and public services that justify the taxes you pay. It's competent governance, which in California is almost a unicorn-level achievement. And speaking of achievements, our next city will show you what happens when strategic location meets economic powerhouse. Number 4, Riverside. Median home price, $590,000. Annual appreciation, 6.5%. Job growth, logistics, healthcare, education. Major companies, Amazon, UPS, FedEx, distribution hubs. Los Angeles proximity, 60 miles. 6.5% appreciation in the logistics capital of the West Coast. While coastal cities are debating whether homelessness is a housing crisis or a mental health crisis, Riverside is building distribution centers and wealth. The logistics revolution is real, permanent, and profitable. Every Amazon package, every online order, every essential item that keeps the economy running flows through Riverside's distribution network. Major company relocations are accelerating. Businesses fleeing the regulatory and cost burdens of Los Angeles and Orange County are discovering that Riverside offers everything they need: available land, reasonable costs, skilled workforce, and transportation infrastructure. The healthcare sector is exploding. Kaiser Permanente, Riverside University Health System, and numerous private practices are expanding rapidly. Healthcare jobs don't get automated, don't get outsourced, and don't disappear during recessions. But here's the best part: you're buying into the supply chain of the entire West Coast. Every economic expansion means more goods moving through Riverside. Every population growth means more distribution needs. It's like owning stock in commerce itself. The rental demand is incredible. Young professionals, warehouse managers, healthcare workers, and logistics coordinators all need quality housing. The urban amenities are rapidly improving. New restaurants, entertainment venues, cultural attractions, and recreational facilities. Riverside is transforming from a logistics hub into a legitimate city where people want to live, not just work. The commute to Los Angeles opens up employment opportunities across multiple counties, but coming home to Riverside means affordable housing, reasonable traffic, and communities where families can actually thrive. But if you don't like seeing that many trucks, our next city will show you what happens when excellence meets exclusivity. Number 3, Irvine. Median home price, $1,200,000. Annual appreciation, 7%. Tech sector, booming. School rankings, top 1% nationally. Crime rate, among the lowest in America. University of California campus. I see that sticker shock. $1.2 million sounds like a lot until you realize what you're buying. A ticket to one of the most successful economic ecosystems in America, with schools that guarantee your kids' future success, and communities so safe you forget crime exists. The tech sector here is exploding. Major companies are relocating here specifically because they can offer employees a higher quality of life than Silicon Valley without the Bay Area insanity. The school system is legendary, not just good for California, not just good for Orange County, but legitimately among the best in America. Parents move here specifically for education access, and they pay premium rents and home prices to ensure their kids get these opportunities. The University of California, Irvine, creates a constant pipeline of educated professionals who often stay in the area after graduation. It's a built-in talent recruitment system that keeps the local economy vibrant and growing. The crime statistics are almost fantasy level low. Families leave their doors unlocked. Kids walk to school alone. Property crime is so rare that it makes local news when it happens. Safety isn't just a nice feature. It's an economic asset that supports property values. The master planning is incredible. Someone actually thought about traffic flow, green space, retail access, and community amenities before approving development. It's urban planning done right, which in California is rarer than unicorns. However, entry costs are high, but appreciation is higher. The 7% annual growth rate means your $1 million investment becomes $1.4 million in 5 years. It's expensive to get in, but profitable to stay in. The rental market caters to tech professionals, universities, university students and international professionals. These aren't minimum wage tenants. These are high-income renters who pay premium rates for premium accommodations. But if tech excellence doesn't appeal to you, our number 2 city might just be the one you're looking for. Number 2, Oxnard. Median home price, $680,000. Annual appreciation, 6.8%. Income needed, $292,252. Lower than most coastal peers. Industries, agriculture, logistics, tourism, beach access, genuine Pacific coastline. Wait, hold on. Coastal California for $680,000 with actual beaches and an economy that doesn't depend entirely on tech speculation. This is real, and it's the opportunity that smart money discovered while everyone else was fighting over Santa Monica condos that cost more than the GDP of a small country. The agriculture sector is massive and permanent. Strawberries, celery, and other crops that feed America grow here year-round. These aren't jobs that get automated or outsourced. These are essential industries that provide stable employment regardless of stock market volatility. The logistics sector is growing too. The port of Hueneme handles billions of dollars in cargo annually. Every car imported from Asia, every piece of produce exported to the world flows through this economic hub. It's global commerce with local benefits. Tourism provides additional economic stability. People vacation on beaches regardless of economic conditions. The hospitality sector employs thousands of residents in jobs that can't be shipped overseas. But here's the Oxnard secret. The income requirement of $292,252 is actually achievable for dual-income professional households. Compare that to Santa Monica or Manhattan Beach, where you need tech mogul money just to qualify for a mortgage. The beach access is legitimate, not some tiny strip of sand with parking that costs $50 per hour. Real beaches where families can enjoy coastal living without bankruptcy. The rental market is gold. Beach rentals command premium rates year-round. Investment properties book months in advance. It's like owning a money-printing machine that is located on the Pacific Ocean. The appreciation rate of 6.8% is based on genuine scarcity. There's only so much coastal land, and Oxnard is one of the last places where normal humans can afford it. But if you don't like beaches, our number 1 city is about to show you what happens when Silicon Valley meets price tags that require therapy. Number 1, San Jose. San Jose, the heart of Silicon Valley, where housing prices make your therapy bills look reasonable and investment returns make your financial advisor consider early retirement. Median home price, $1,770,000. Annual appreciation, 8%. Days on market, 8. Income required, $400,000 plus annually. Tech sector dominance, global headquarters central, school ratings, elite. 8% appreciation on $1.77 million. Let me do that math for you. That's $141,600 in equity growth per year. Your house makes more money than most people's jobs while you sleep. The income requirement of $400,000 annually sounds insane until you realize that tech professionals here often make that much before bonuses, stock options, and equity compensation that can double or triple their effective income. 8 days on the market means properties sell faster than concert tickets to Taylor Swift. There's no time for negotiation, inspection contingencies, or second thoughts. You either have the money and move fast, or you watch someone else get rich. The tech sector isn't just an industry here, it's the entire economy. Google, Apple, Facebook, Netflix, Adobe, Cisco, eBay, they're all headquartered here. The school systems are elite because property taxes from million-dollar homes fund education budgets that make other districts jealous. Your kids get a good education and network with the children of people who run the world's most valuable companies. But here's what makes people millionaires in San Jose. Scarcity meets demand in the most extreme way possible. There's literally nowhere left to build. The population keeps growing, and tech money keeps flowing. It's supply and demand economics on steroids. The rental market is absolutely bonkers. Tech professionals pay $5,000 to $8,000 monthly rent for apartments that would cost $1,200 anywhere else, and they're grateful for the opportunity. Investment properties here have waiting lists of qualified tenants. The appreciation potential is unlimited because the underlying demand is unlimited. As long as technology drives the global economy, Silicon Valley drives technology, and San Jose is Silicon Valley's capital city. While everyone else is complaining complaining about California being unaffordable. These 12 cities have created wealth-building opportunities for people smart enough to look beyond the obvious choices. But here's what nobody's telling you: this window is closing fast. Every month, more investors discover these markets. Every month, appreciation rates push prices higher. Every month, the opportunity gets smaller. The choice is yours. Keep believing that California real estate is impossible, or recognize that impossible just means you haven't found the right city yet. But wait, we've shown you where opportunity lives, but what about the places that will destroy your financial future? Our next video reveals the top 12 worst cities to buy a home in California for 2025. Click to learn more.